gentlemen, welcome to the Municipal Auditorium here in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee for Team Boxing League Week 4's matchup between the visiting Phoenix Fury and your hometown Nashville Smash. Don't forget to stream every moment of TBL Season 4 live on the Team Boxing League app, available on Apple TV 4K, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhone and Android devices. Don't miss a second of TBL Team Boxing League action this season. Also, a big thank you to our sponsor, Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. As well as tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fighters fuel with clean carbs and real ingredients, and now you can too. Grab their guiltless snacks and get 35% off right now with code TEAM at balanceofnature.com. And Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the visiting Phoenix Fury.
One of the most unique concepts in sports. Fighters coming in together, having trained, traveled, eaten, had meetings together, and here they come, the Phoenix Fury. Come in with a 2-point win over Boston last week, and it went all their last time. It went all the way down to the final bout. We were staring at overtime. They're the famous masks.
They were down 7-1 after the 7 points to 1 after the launch rounds. Pretty amazing, and they came back.
Quite a startling comeback, and then they made it all the way back. Winning on the final battle, so.
Your coaches for the Phoenix Fury, Sonny Gutierrez and Joe Guzman. Banway Aniela Lopez. U.S. Army veteran, All-Army champion, Golden Gloves, and national champion, featherweight Daniel Bailey. Featherweight Brenda Hernandez Cardenas. Lightweight Kevin Quintero.
What's good? What's popping, y'all?
Welterweight Joaquin Camberos. Super welterweight Adrian Aragon Ramirez. Super middleweight Sebastian Salomon Duran. Heavyweight Dante Stone. Featherweight Tierra Brandt. Lightweight James Pierce. Super lightweight Joy Pendel. Welterweight Judah Yisrael. 2025 TBL Most Valuable Fighter, light heavyweight Raico El Corojo Santana. And Olympic trialist and 2025 TBL Most Resilient Fighter, Cruiserweight Charles CP the Champ Pugh.
Hello, Jacob.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Phoenix Fury. And now let's welcome your hometown, Nashville Smash.
Doing good, brother. Doing good. It's Friday, happens the weekend.
Led by the coach Fred DeLay, one of the fine gentlemen in the Team Boxing League. Take a look at the Smash.
Yeah, you did call it.
Coming back this week after
It could have been done so much better, in my opinion, but you called it.
And much better showing.
What they had that night was they were in it in the beginning. They had a mid-round meltdown and then had some moments in the money room. And I figured that that's what you try to build on week to week.
The head coach of the Nashville Smash, esteemed trainer Fred DeLay. Bantamweight Monica Lugo.
something, you know.
Featherweight Josh Showtime Johnson.
Build it, man. Don't give it in the squash.
Featherweight Jennifer Kleshis. Lightweight Roger Hilly. Welterweight Kayla Walden. Super welterweight Adriana Phillips. Super middleweight Juan Just Business Barajas. Four-time Arkansas State champion heavyweight Jamal Naka Woods. Two-time Indiana State Golden Gloves champion featherweight bare knuckle Brooke Evans. Former Golden Glove champion and current ABO champion lightweight Dakota the General Amy. Super lightweight Susanna Griffin. Welterweight Jasir Riley. Light heavyweight William Langston. Five-time Golden Glove State champion, three-time national champion, cruiserweight D'Angelo, the Memphis Madman Leachman. Two-time Massachusetts State and Regional Golden Gloves champion, heavyweight Stephon, the Rottweiler Moss. And now, ladies and gentlemen, well, for tonight's matchup, we ask that you please rise if you are able to for the singing of our national anthem being performed tonight by esteemed vocalist Caitlin Curtis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
the builds have been kind of lackluster, but I hope that the matches can, fill the void.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Caitlin Curtis with the singing of our national anthem.
Yeah.
All right, just about ready to get started here at Lopez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to begin TBL Week 4. It is the launch rounds. Round number 1 will feature from Phoenix Aniela Lopez matching up against Nashville's Monica Lugo.
Lopez 1-0 in the TBL. Beat Natalie Gage. Monica Lugo, her debut. Lopez does have a 5-2-1 mark in professional boxing outside the TBL. And here we go. Welcome to the launch rounds.
Lopez's performance against Natalie Gage was really an impressive one for her debut, and won that one. Lugo, with very limited experience, brings the left-handed stance into this fight. We'll see how she does against Lopez.
Hey. Yeah, don't worry about it. She fighting.
There's that right hand lead opening up.
And we saw that a lot against Gage. And
I don't care about spoilers.
we're going to see it a lot tonight, especially against the lefty.
Oh, finally.
8 launch rounds, 8 middle rounds, 8 money rounds. The money rounds decided by the coaches. That's where a lot of the gamesmanship comes into play.
You know, for Phoenix, we pointed out that they won a big comeback win. They'd like to get off to a quicker start, and Lopez might give them the very good opportunity to do that in this fight.
Yeah, it's 7-1. There are not many people in that house and anywhere that would have thought that Phoenix would come back on a night when everything was smoking for the Boston Butchers. But they showed a lot of character.
They did.
In doing that.
Big knockout on the heavyweight division helped them. See Lopez, she's just a very skilled boxer. She really always uses very effective movement, showing angles, and has good hand speed as well. This 34-year-old is a very solid fighter, and I think her style suits team boxing.
1 round, get in there, do your work.
Well, she's by nature a busy fighter who doesn't need to, you know, she's got her blueprint laid out for herself and doesn't have to go much of the round without creating some offense. Lugo's trying very hard to get on the inside where her height and reach disadvantage would be negated, but she's having a hard time doing that.
And you talk about fighters being suited for the TBL. It's a good right hand from Lopez, scores, and a real nice left hook gets home as she's getting target practice here. Everybody's got a different ability to hear the bell and jump out like it's an alarm clock to take care of business in that 3 minutes.
And the interesting thing about Lopez, she does it in a very
this one's going to Phoenix,
appropriate way. She doesn't rush in and just throw a lot of offense, but she throws a lot of volume while she's moving and while she's giving angles, and everything starts with the jab. So it's a responsible way to do it. Lugo finally got a nice right hook in there a moment ago. That was his best offensive moment. Came at the end.
Well, you learned something in your debut. She'll learn that she got something in, and there is Angela Lopez with a very scholarly performance here.
I thought they said that they were.
That's a good way to put it. They're happy on the
if
Phoenix
they move it
bench.
to WrestleMania, I'm happy.
I think they're looking at their first points of the night.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 1 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from the Phoenix Berry, Angela Lopez. Round 2 at featherweight for Phoenix, Daniel Bailey. He'll meet Nashville's Leandric Josh Johnson.
All right, this is the one Amelia said don't blink, so we won't. Daniel Bailey and Leandric Johnson.
Oh, this might be good.
Bailey 41-22 overall. That goes all the way back to 2012, so it shows what an avenue Team Boxing League presents a lot of fighters who can't get a ton of action.
And Johnson lost to Eric Emery his last time out in this season, but that ended a 7-fight win streak in team boxing for him. So he's a very, very solid fighter, as is Johnson, who has a 500 record. But in this league, a 500 record is good.
It really is. You see how valuable you can be to your team. I mean, okay, so Johnson has 2 losses to Rasheem Brown, but then he had 2-2 versus Victor Abreu, a very good fighter in this league. So you are up and down against top fighters in the league. Sometimes it'll be your night, sometimes theirs.
And Johnson comes in off a win on March 7th in the ranks outside of TBA, the pro ranks outside, a TKO in 4. So he's not coming in off a super long layoff. these men have very similar styles as well, so that's part of what, you know, makes this intriguing.
So we could be seeing patience and then an explosion. It was a good attempt to get the explosion in.
Yeah, Bailey trying that left hook and the right hand for Johnson.
Don't.
Both these men are like the jab, the straight right hand. They will mix in some hooks
All right,
as well.
that should be better. I don't understand why it keeps. It doesn't like lock in on my
It really brings in when they
my
talk
volume,
about
bro.
styles making fights. Yeah, you get two very patient fighters, and you'll have to be a patient fan to watch it. You get two walk-in fighters.
Hey.
You see bombs away, and we're seeing periodic bombs.
Yeah, exactly, like that overhand right that Bailey just landed a moment ago. And for the judges, counting exactly how many of those big explosions land for either fighter is going to be important to try and discern who won this round.
Yeah, listen, if you give me Julia versus Jordan versus Tiffany at Mania, I'm happy with that.
4 seasons of team boxing. He's definitely a veteran, as is Johnson.
All right, final 20 seconds to go as these fighters try to make their point on the judges. Will it be Bailey? Will it be Johnson? That will be a slip. That's the final seconds ticking away. And what we might say, so you want to be a judge?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to call. You could go either direction on this. There's a straight right hand sneaking in from Leandra Johnson. The right hand of Bailey also getting in on in that short area. So which one landed more of those right hands?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 2 via split decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Daniel Bailey.
So Daniel Bailey, appropriate that it was a split. It was very close, but he gets it for Phoenix.
Round 3 at featherweight from Phoenix. It is Brenda Hernandez Cardenas. Meeting from Nashville, Jennifer Clashes.
Clashes came in, lost a split decision to Alyssa Bolts from Atlanta to get it started. Brenda Hernandez.
Let's see if we get some knockouts. Let's see if we get some knockouts tonight, man.
And
we've been without a couple of knockdowns.
Yeah, she beat Barwick, who is a shorter, come forward kind of fighter, and then had trouble with the length and boxing of Brandy Robinson. Plus is giving her the left-handed style to look at.
Good.
And then trying to come in right behind from a different angle and land a straight left hand.
Plus is a bare knuckles fighter, so she's in that discipline.
They don't really jab your way in those. You just
Not so much, no. You're right, Dave. That's a very good point.
You have to learn that technique if you're coming into here. Good jab, though.
Yeah, she shows us that she's capable of that. And then Cardenas coming forward.
And being met by the jab of Clausius.
Yeah, you know, it's ironic. The point you made is a valid one, but it's the Clausius jab for the most part, other than those overhand rights by Cardenas, that have kind of made a difference a little bit in this round.
You want to cry? Why?
These are the things you have to learn in transitioning over, and so far in this fight, she's showing that she has done that.
Cardenas had a pro fight on March 13th. She lost a split decision, so has been busy in addition to her TBL match. Good combination by Cardenas there.
Trying to close the gap now. Some of these right hands getting home. Good left hand by Clausius. Straight left hand with the power.
Clausius showed some of this. It was a split decision when she lost to Bolts. And she's showing, even though she's taking some big shots from Cardenas right now, she showed why that was a split the last time. This sequence for Cardenas, when you're in a one-round match, she just had a 20 or 30-second sequence that it could be big in the judge's eyes.
Especially with the way that Clausius had started. Looking like she was off to the races early in this one. And Brenda
15 seconds.
Cardenas has come back. And here comes Clausius, kind of also showing you why that she's involved in a split decision last time. And who knows now. So some good heavier shots here by Clausius. And good boxing in that sequence that Al described by Brenda Hernandez.
Yeah, that was an interesting round of boxing and a fun round. Very active, both women.
I would probably give it to Nashville, but
Clausius early in the round doing that.
we haven't seen any draws too.
Mixing him some straight left hands. Cardenas, though, always the aggressor. Boy, it's hard to discourage her, and it was very difficult for Clausius during the second part.
Yeah, so there were sequences for both fighters.
No. I'm
not
going. I'm not. No.
By unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Jennifer.
No, I'm not going to say it. It's too early, man.
So
it's too early.
The score, Phoenix 2, Nashville 1.
And the thing about it is that y'all can't say that people signed to the wrong company when y'all don't know the reason why they signed to the company, bro.
Round 4
can make the case for her winning.
for Phoenix.
Thank you, Dial.
Quintero. For Nashville, Roger Hilly.
Couple of big moment fighters here in the TBL. Kevin Quintero won that clinching match for Phoenix against Boston a couple of weeks ago. Had he
No,
lost
I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue being in the bloodline thing, right?
Would have lost. So
It's
under
just
pressure, he did well.
Listen,
Roger Hilly
y'all
is,
gotta understand
one of the
something, right?
stories in the league. Now his record is 2-12-1, but given
Ooh,
that last year, he got 2 wins over Sherbet Rakatuloev of New York and helped his team a lot. It doesn't matter what your record is.
Y'all also gotta fit. It's like y'all gotta fit pieces. Oh my, bro! Somebody's getting knocked out here, bro.
In all his other boxing matches outside of TBL,
someone's getting knocked out here, bro. The way that they're swinging, someone's getting.
Josh Pagan, who is a terrific
Nah, it's what the hell?
Contender.
What you doing, bro?
So
it's a lot of air.
Very, very quality operator in the ring.
But
British friends would say.
You gotta also think about.
And this has turned out to be a really fun round of boxing.
You gotta put pieces together, man. That's AEW's problem, bro. AEW's problem is that they just be throwing random matches, thinking it's going to build something out of nothing, man. You know, WWE, yes, sometimes it takes a little bit of a time, but when they get it right, they get it right. Whoa.
Very good, fast-paced action.
Good body shot. Ooh. Keep your head up, bro.
By both fighters.
Oh, good uppercut landed there by Quintero. Hilly undeterred.
There you go. Good defense. Good body shots, though.
To be an efficient operator.
Yes, he does. And you know, Quintero, who's 6-1 as a pro, he is just a very, very solid fighter in there. And we saw evidence of that when he beat Francois to cement the victory for his team. Boy, they are going at it. I mean, not everything's landing, but there are a lot of good shots. And the body work by Quintero and Hilly has been excellent.
And this is an all-star round.
We still got a minute left. They've just been swinging for a whole minute.
At the end of the night. They will pick the round of the night, the top 3 stars.
The body work by Quintera has been really, really good.
Exactly. Dial, you
him credit for that. It
bro.
Might be a difference in how
I was there. I was there when he said that, bro.
Offensive work as well.
That was WrestleMania 35, bro.
40 seconds now.
He did a one-on-one at WrestleMania Access, and that's all he was saying. I get to relax. I don't got to put my body on the line. I get to surf, and I still get to travel the world, and I get like, bro. People are happy with the decisions that they make. People gotta stop trying to. Y'all still trying to put people back in their prime and their glory years when people just want to relax.
For Quintera, but not by much.
Dial, you understand, bro.
So these final seconds matter as they both lobby to score with a couple of decisive shots, and there was a good effort by both.
Right.
Quintero and Hilly.
And some of the volume punching by both men. You see Quintera doing a lot. Hilly trying to get that straight left in. And that one did get there. Roger Hilly has a good overhand left, or sometimes a straight left. And
ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 4 by split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Roger Hilly.
Shock on the face of Kevin Quintera.
Your score,
on that
Nashville 2, Phoenix 2.
All right, so Phoenix and Nashville all knotted up as the Nashville Smash have drawn even by winning the last 2. Will continue right after this.
I wouldn't be mad if they did that.
Also, Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. Also, Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. And tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fighters fuel with clean carbs and in real ingredients. Now you can too. Grab their new Gilbert snacks and get 35% off right now with code TEAM at balanceofnature.com. Outline on the way.
What's up?
Phoenix and Nashville all even after 4 fights. Let's pick it up now with Ray Flores.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, round 5.
Oh, WWE.
In the welterweight division for Phoenix, it is Joaquin
WWE.
Gamberos.
It's like I said, it's gonna take time, but that's WWE all the way, bro. How old is he?
All right, we saw
I don't even think that's like an
on the
important
highlights,
question anymore.
What he did for his team.
Because man, a lot of this talent that they hired over a lot older. And Zilla got to be like at least like 34 or 35.
6
bro.
knockouts, but that goes back to 2024 was his last fight.
Bro.
And he's been in 6-round company.
Oh shit. He's 26. I put almost 10 years on this man.
Really, he split 2 fights with Morgan Griggy beating him and lost to Javon Davis. And both.
Yo, my bad, Zilla, bro. I thought you was up there, cuz.
He's a former amateur champion. Really showed his pedigree, as of course did Camberas.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
Featured at the beginning.
All right, so a lot of parity on the way in. We made this our round to watch, so with good reason, and they're going to be going at it now for the next 2 minutes and change.
The big right hand by Camberos, which is what he used to knock down Yorman Guerrero. He's going to try and use that punch again in this fight for sure.
Walden trying to get in behind his jab and then do quick shots and get out. And the good thing what he did was he covered up after he came in.
Yeah,
Good
bro.
left hand coming in
We
here
talked
by
about it
Walden.
last night.
Bill Walden is
Nah,
a
bro.
very well-skilled fighter. I mentioned that he's a former
Like,
amateur champion.
If you really want to get the title of the Derby,
he
I'm
is
I'm
just,
fine with that.
You know,
But the way
and
that y'all
he'll
gave it to
switch
him, man,
occasionally to right
like they really
hand
went
as
for a
well.
mankind
We haven't
moment,
seen
bro.
that yet in this fight.
In my opinion.
Walden circling, going the jab. Good left hand gets in. Walden opening up to the body. He's been getting off first. The hand speed has belonged to Walden, and the counter-punching ideas have been for Camberos.
Camberos, you see him trying to find a place for that right hand, and there, with using the jab, he gets it in. And yeah, he lands a big one.
Turning things around is
No one wanted to
Camberos.
be in that ring, bro.
Give Walden credit for not only withstanding that, coming back with his own offense.
You know, like Bully Ray was giving Tony Khan credit for like taking a risk.
Knowing where you are in the match, knowing that you have to come back right now, he did that. So both have shown good offensive prowess here. They'll try to make their case in the last 20 seconds, try to steal it.
Bro.
So Walden and Camberos put on a good show. Who will get the point?
Camberos punctuated that round with a nice left hook. Not a punch he normally throws that much of. Early in the round, Walden very aggressive, lots of volume, and did very well. Camberos,
Where were the needles during that match?
Round, did get him on the ropes and land some nice shots. That was right at the end where he landed that left hook in there as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 5 by split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Kyle Walden.
Okay, Nashville up 3-2.
So 3 in a row for Nashville.
3 split decisions for Nashville. So
I think it's tonight.
At super welterweight, Phoenix will feature Adrian Aragon Ramirez. For Nashville, Hadrian Phillips.
Yeah, you have to start thinking if you're across the way and you see your team lose 3 straight splits. Yeah, we need to do a little bit more here.
Yeah, it's actually happening right.
To make this totally take it out of their hands. Some fighters might become more aggressive.
Well, of those 3,
Is this happening? Is that Eastern time?
Well, I think they can make an even better case for. Although Camberos had some good moments as well, and this one figures to be a pretty good one too. Arian
should be happening right now.
I'll tell you what, he lost 2 matches last time out against Jair Brown, but man, he performed well in the second round that they fought was round of the night.
We've got some information on Aragon. Take a closer look at this fighter. Made his route from Cuba to Las Vegas and likes to express himself with creativity. So that's very good outlook for him. And here he is in action.
Season debut for Hadrian Phillips, who's had 3 previous TBL fights, and Phillips is landing some really good shots early in this round. Trying to keep there's that right that he landed so often, and that might have stunned Phillips.
See, like, you know my problem. My problem is that, like, y'all not going for the knockout.
When a big power
and just like y'all know it's a point system.
I thought Aragon had hurt Phillips with that, and maybe he did momentarily, but Phillips has come back and landed a couple power shots in the zone. You could feel Aragon just looking for that right hand again.
Right,
there
like, bro, he's hurting him, bro. Like, there you go. Ooh, okay. Like,
by Aragon.
But Phillips, boy,
He's going. I give Phillips credit.
With something. This last minute of this round is going to be a beautiful.
Good Kobe. Oh, he's in trouble. Get out that corner. That corner's not your friend.
We saw this against Brown, the hand speed of Aragon and the power in the right hand.
Bro,
bro, you got a knockout. I'm calling you, bro.
Set up a combination.
For the first time in this round, Phillips is not well. I would just say isn't responding. Guess what? He is.
It's a good fight. Come on. Ooh.
This has been a fun round of boxing as well.
And Phillips, outside of TBL, is 3-0 with 3 knockouts. Yeah. So he is a power puncher, promoted by Kristen Moore. So some connections there.
Bro, they're both tagging each other, bro. We need a run back on this one.
So how did the solid fighter cram that into the TBL format?
And
yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight.
A really good
he almost got knocked out, bro. But that's a good fight.
Aragon as well. They're each proud of what they did in that round. No matter what the outcome, and fun to revisit this. That was one of the right hands that at some point we thought might have hurt Phillips. There was a period where he did, but he came back every time. And there's the one that we were thinking might have put Phillips on his heels, which it did momentarily, but he came back.
TBL fans, the winner of round 6 by unanimous decision. From the blue corner, Phoenix's Adrian Aragon Ramirez.
That was a good fight. Yeah, hey, you lucky, bro. You would have got lit. You was almost on the ground, brother.
Round 7 at super middleweight. Phoenix, Sebastian Salomon Duran. Nashville, Juan Barajas.
All right, Sebastian Duran and Juan Barajas go into the 7th fight on the card.
Why is the blue corner wearing red and the red corner wearing blue? You got to look at the gloves. The gloves are what determine
we are down by the Nashville team
who they are.
Josh Johnson. Sir, so
that's just the team colors.
Especially your debut for season 4. For the season, you've been with the league for 4 years. You weren't able to fight last fight because of an opponent dropout. We were talking earlier about how important it is to set the tempo and set that pace when you generally are actually opening in the launch rounds.
Right. Generally, I try to come out and set the tone for my team, being the first male fighter. And they always react off of me most of the time. Ever since the 3rd season, everybody always fall out to my lead and keep the energy going. So that's what we've been trying to do tonight.
Absolutely, bringing that pace and bringing that energy for your team. So that last round, I really do feel like in the 2nd round, you brought out such great energy. It was a split decision. What are you thinking you need to adjust to be able to take that home for the team?
I thought I won the fight, but it was moments where he let his hands go more. He wasn't landing the shots, but he just looked more active. So I just think the keys to victory the next round is just doubling up the jab, a lot of simple punches like 1, 2, 3s, and I should be able to pull it out for the team.
Looking forward to your next rounds in the money rounds, putting that together and finishing out strong. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Dave, bring us back into the action.
Okay, Amelia, and here we are, Sebastian Duran and Juan Barajas, as you got some insight about the pressure of fighting on top of the card, trying to set the tone for your teammates. Here are 2 others trying to set the tone with about 1 minute and 15 to go.
And Barajas had a tough time his last outing, losing twice to Keandra Leatherwood, who was, an excellent fighter for sure. But these men already have both had really good moments offensively, and most of that centered on the right hand. Duran lost to Ronald Ellis in March, and that Ronald Ellis, a very experienced top 168-pounder.
.30 seconds to go, and match is knotted up. This one has been a back and forth fight. Good double jab here. And a right hand by Barajas.
Barajas is very right-hand centric. He likes to throw the jab, but so is Duran, and there was a beauty by Duran on the inside. We've seen so many evenly matched fights tonight. This one is a perfect example.
Evenly matched and well fought.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes evenly matched and it's two fighters who are inactive and tie each other up. But this has been top to bottom, everybody going for the openings.
Yeah, and this is an example of that, you know, that action where both men really trying to do a lot offensively. The right hand got in by Barajas, but then Duran shows you, hey, I can land the right at short range. So both these men use that punch effectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 7 by split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Juan Barajas.
4 splits for Nashville. And if you're going to win,
our final launch round will be in the heavyweight division.
Here we go.
From Phoenix, Dante Stone. From Nashville, Terrell Jamal Woods.
if you're going to win a match, you have to get a few of those to go your way. And it's been going that way for Phoenix, for Nashville tonight. 4 split decisions. All right, this is the conclusion.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry too.
The launch round with Nashville up 4-3.
Let's go. Straight to work.
Heavyweights.
Stone reached the WBC Grand Prix semis last October. He had not lost since 2018.
Good body shots.
Had won 20 fights in a row. In TBL, 2 losses to Skylar Lacey. He'll have plenty of company with that.
Good job.
Daniel Stone was a little bit on the reluctant side in terms of volume when we last saw him. And he's trying to remedy that, being a little bit busier here against Woods.
Bro, yo, ain't nobody going for the head. They going for straight body shots, bro. Body shot.
Woods is taking a lot of punches from Dante Stone. Stone has been much more active.
Body
Woods
shot.
had a problem with that in his first outing this year when he lost to both Sam Clarkson and Devin Young.
You got to be careful with how you eat it.
Continues that his inactivity is continuing. For Stone, he kind of got over that inactivity, and he's been very busy. And as you point out, Stone wins. You know, he's normally a guy that finds a way to win. And right now, he looks like he's doing that.
Right hand
There you go.
gets in.
You got to let him
These
loose.
are heavyweights, so something can change in 1 second, can it?
That's right. And we've seen a number of those in the first 4 weeks of the season, emphasizing a new reward for
He's trying to go for the knockout.
with a knockout victory, giving you 4 points.
Terrell Woods.
He
has
eating
not
them, but he
yet
like ain't
won
doing nothing with it.
a TBL match, so he's looking to get off the snide here tonight. But the first 2.5 minutes of this round have not gone great for him. And Stone kind of feeling it now, using all of the things, saying, okay, I just don't want to get knocked out here because I controlled the first part of this round.
Well, it's interesting seeing a heavyweight use the clock.
Right. A big heavyweight.
That ring might be shaking. Nonetheless, indicating a sense of strategy that he felt not to give away what you've worked for 2.5 minutes, and he seems pleased with how he did.
Hit me.
And he'll try to pull Phoenix into a tie.
Yeah, there's some of the work that Dante Stone did in that last round. He used that left-handed stance effectively, the jab, the straight left. They were constant weapons that he used. And Owens just, or Woods, excuse me, just not active.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner
Dante,
of round
Phoenix.
8 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Dante Stone.
So Dante Stone
At the end of the launch
evens
rounds,
up
your
this
score,
competition
Nashville
for
4,
Phoenix with
4.
a dominant
The middle rounds
performance
are on the way.
in the heavyweight division. And let's find out what's coming up. Let's go to Dave Bontempo.
4-4.
The action has been exciting already, Al, and we are just getting started in TBL week number 4. Next up is the Battle of Texas. Houston versus Dallas. The Houston Hitmen and the Dallas Enforcers, both hungry for a victory. Dallas was a very hot team last year toward the end.
I'm actually surprised that was not going to be on the main WrestleMania card, though.
From a couple of big fighters last week. And then we go to the third fight of the weekend. It's going to be a barn burner, the Atlanta and Miami matchup. That's been a good one.
Will Houston show up? Hey, now, who knows?
Both teams in the middle were the hottest teams in the league. They will go at it again.
Who knows, right?
April 19th. Coming up, we have a bonus. A new TBL member who is familiar in the world of boxing.
Is that Manny? What's Pac-Man doing out here? All right, I'll be right back. I gotta bring up a box of the stairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's legendary and only 8-division champion of the world, introducing the one and only Manny Pacquiao.
Well, the guy has his picture on money in the Philippines. I've done fights over there, and it basically is such an icon, Manny Pacquiao. Dave Bontempo and Al Bernstein. So great to see Manny Pacquiao entering the TBL, and then all the memories we have of him fighting.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao defines the phrase beloved individual, and so lots of fans very excited to see him involved in this venture.
And toward that end, we have Amelia Moore with Kevin Cassidy, the CEO of the TBL. Take it away, Amelia.
I am joined down ringside by the CEO of Team Boxing League, Kevin Cassidy. Sir, we have so many big announcements coming into TBL right now with expansion news, along with just a massively packed 2027 season going into season 5. Can you elaborate a little bit on that and kind of exactly what that looks like moving forward?
Sure. So because of the popularity of the broadcast audience, we've decided that we're going to expand to 20 teams from 12. So we'll be adding 8 cities, and we'll be adding an international element to it where we're going to open up in the UK and Ireland as part of the expansion. So we'll be expanding in the Midwest and Southern California. The San Diego TJs, we've already established that team and a new team captain. And so, you know, it's just really all across the country. We expect to have teams eventually we're going to try to get to 28 teams in the United States.
It's incredible. I mean, the trajectory of Team Boxing League is moving so fast. It's really, truly something to be proud of. So you did mention a new team captain for the San Diego TJs, which will be coming in 27, which will be led none other than Mr. Manny Pacquiao himself.
Wow.
There's been a lot of chatter. Is he fighting? Is he not fighting? Can we clarify?
He is fighting.
What?
That's massive news. I mean, that's incredible to actually see Manny Pacquiao in the ring representing TBL. But in addition to that, he's also going to be a franchise owner and a spokesperson. What do you think that influence is going to bring to TBL?
Well, he's going to also act
the
as
study.
ambassador
Thank you so
for
much for the
league,
5 gifted subs, man.
What we're now going to be calling Manny Pacquiao's San Diego TJs.
And we got a hype train, bro.
He'll formulate the team. He's also going to fight on the team. And
yo, how you been, man? How's life?
We couldn't be prouder of having, our attachment with Manny Pacquiao.
It's good to see you, man.
A humble champion and a family man. Just
yo, if you got a sub,
guy. I got to know him over the last few months.
If you got a sub from the study, make sure y'all say thank you.
I mean, it's huge.
Listen,
and
the study is a long time member
TBL right
of the
now,
community.
And I mean, I'm excited, and there's so many
the
people
study's
that are
been here
excited.
when we were called the crib.
I really do appreciate your insight into what's happening and moving forward, and very excited again to see how TBL is continuing
How's
to
life
grow.
treating you, man? It's good to see you, man.
Really appreciate it.
Growing the family success, yeah, same here, man.
Get us back in the ring so we can enter the middle rounds.
Okay, thank you, Amelia.
Same here,
all
man.
Correct. Manny Pacquiao, terrific class acting. Can you imagine him in one-round fights? Do not blink. All right, let's meet the fighters for the middle rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to begin the middle rounds. First
man, it's real good to see you, man. Happy that you're doing well, bro.
Phoenix, it is Tierra Brandt.
Oh, she was a beast last time we saw her.
Brooke Evans.
Yeah, man, it's really good to see you, man.
Evans
I hope everything is going well.
Inspirational story. How
you was, like I said, you was one of the you was one of the few content creators.
Drugs. She overcame a lot of things.
Just your whole platform, man.
Basically, a lot was expected
just trying to build, trying to build resources for children, which is awesome, man.
First fight, she was the fight of the night.
I wish we had more people that was like just dedicated on empowering the youth like that, man.
Off coming in from a different discipline.
Yes. A 38-year-old who got a late start in boxing, but has
she's about to hit her with a nice uppercut.
Best of things.
What's up, Pizza? How you doing, brother?
Take a good look at some of the things that she has done. We mentioned how she has come a long way, and she continues to just give me the next challenge. I want to see what's the next thing in front of me, and so she's turned this into something special for herself.
Now, Tierra Brandt, with lots of experience, she's 6-7 in TBL, and she's got a good jab and right hand as well, so try and use that punch effectively here.
5-time Muay Thai champion. Came in, she won Fight of the Night in her first outing against Alyssa Bolts last year. Then, of course, the competition is pretty stiff in here, and you can't roll through people. So
Brandt got a win over Brooklyn Barwood.
Nice, man. How'd that go?
Last time out in team boxing, so she's coming in off that win.
Oh, good hook.
Good way to start the season.
Yeah. Anything else new with you, Study?
2 fighters who came in here.
It's funny. I remember when your username was the Study Gaming.
Their boxing craft.
Yeah, and both are looking very, from technique standpoint, they both look like boxers. They don't look like somebody that came from, you know, a sport where that's not all you do. And so it's very good. Nice right hand a moment ago landed.
Oh, good body shot.
By Tara Brent.
We got him in the left.
Tried to get that right hand in behind the jab and just did miss. Took one in return.
Brand has been busier in this round, probably. And we'll see if that it would spell the difference. She's used that jab, which you see there a lot, and the straight right hand as well. But so has Evans.
I like the movement, the footwork by Tara Brent. Jab,
Yeah, man.
Get right on
Keep
top
practicing
of
it, man. You're going to perfect it.
and then try something.
Oh, good hook.
Punches as you left hook gets in. No wasted time for Tara Brent.
And uppercut.
Two-punch combination by Brant gets in.
10 seconds.
Continues to stalk. Against Brooke Evans. Good right hand gets in again.
Yo, she attacked. Oh, yeah. Good way to end it, bro. Thank you so much for the hype train, man. We appreciate y'all, man.
Got some counter punches in, but the work being so busy by Brant that has her bench excited.
Thank y'all so much for all the
Especially
support,
starting
man, for
off
the hype
middle
train.
rounds, being #1 off the bench.
And we see Evans did some good work in that round, but seemed like Brant did the most.
I would agree. I think she did.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 9 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Tara Brent.
Yeah, she's nice. 5'4" Phoenix.
Round 10 at lightweight. Phoenix will feature James Pierce. Nashville has Dakota Amy.
When are you gonna collab with Dr. Zoe? I gotta. So this is what I'm gonna do.
Right,
I need to get a
Pierce and
photo,
Amy.
right, of myself. I gotta take a photo of myself,
No knockdowns or
looking like
no
Dr. Zoe, and I'm gonna just put a
knockouts.
side-by-side
All
comparison.
decisions thus far.
And then there's gonna be a post on
Rare that we
Instagram
get through an
saying
entire
when you got a
TBO match
doppelganger,
without at
that's a
least
professional
one.
wrestler.
I thought the launch rounds of this match, I'm a newcomer to team boxing, not as a viewer, but as an announcer. I thought that was as competitive and even a launch round as I've seen.
Top to bottom.
They've been real happy that we've been like watching their content and watching them watching their matches.
Very hard to separate them. And we saw a number of split decisions.
They've been enjoying that we've been
Here we go,
covering their content, covering their their matches.
Emmy beaten by Desmond Lyons and Traquan Pettis. Open the season. They are bombing away here. Good uppercut on the inside.
Yeah, they've been cooking, man. OVW has been cooking for sure. Well, and it's just good to have something different. Ooh.
Here, so we'll see how he can do.
Good hit, good punch. Ooh, and again, good jab. Yeah, they tagging each other.
Teams have gone back and forth with the lead. Phoenix started early. Nashville inched ahead. Phoenix has come back. Largest lead of the night has been 2 points.
Yeah.
Pierce trying to use his height and reach, but then ends up on the inside sometimes for Amy to get some good work done. Both these men have never lost in a pro fight outside of TBO, so they bring those credentials in.
You get used
Coffee
to
wrestling
winning.
in jeans is kind of crazy, bro.
Shrug off a one-round defeat if you get it, Tim. Coming back the next time.
Good straight left hand.
Yeah, with Julian Alvarez about to get offered by Barca.
Amy a moment ago.
Amy's been doing a good job of landing as he's moving. And Pierce has landed some powerful shots.
Oh, yes. About Alcaraz, yes.
Just getting beaten to the punch by a split second.
Hey, don't swing like that, bro. You gonna get knocked out.
Big right hook there by James Pierce. Another close match.
Yeah, Pierce trying to come on late. He thinks he did enough in that last surge. One way or another, he's already energized his teammates.
Yeah.
They agree.
Well, here's where we saw some of the really good action. Pierce trying to get that straight left in. And Amy is showing a real nice jab there against his lefty counterpart. And there's a lot of good action.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 10 by unanimous decision.
Red.
Out of the red corner from Nashville, Dakota, Amy.
Is it 5-5? Yeah, this is a close matchup.
Round 11 at super lightweight for Phoenix. It is Joy Pendel. Nashville will counter with Susana Rodriguez Griffin.
Dave Bontempo and Al Bernstein with you here on TBL. Stop me if you've heard this before. We're tied.
Yeah.
5-5. These teams go back and forth. This is a terrific matchup. And we delve into more of the middle rounds. And Amelia Moore has a special guest. Go ahead, Amelia.
Good evening, TBL. So tonight I'm here with Joaquin from the Phoenix Fury. And Joaquin, I know that right now you're carrying a little bit something more than just the fight itself in the ring tonight. And there's a young boxer that you wanted to honor from your gym. Would you mind sharing a little bit of something about that tonight?
Yeah, so I just recently lost a close, like a little brother to me he was from my boxing gym. Rest in peace, JJ. He died pretty young. He died, to gun violence at 15. So I just want to honor you. My condolences to your family, to your friends, and to all the gym. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It feels like you're still here. So
Well, why? Like, why would they have to change it?
And I would say, boxing is so much more, and I think that's something that if you're not in the sport, you don't realize. Can you just speak to us a little bit about what that means, the boxing and the community that it creates around not only times like this, but also to try to prevent things like this to happening?
Yeah, like your boxing gym could be like your second family, and that's how it feels like to me. So, these news, it's heartbreaking, and if you're going through something, a boxing gym is a great source to relay those feelings. You create a second family, just like I said. So, yeah, if you ever got problems, right there.
The gym's always there. I'm so sorry for the community's loss and your loss, but again, thank you for helping us share and honor his memory, and I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, and my condolences to your family. Rest in peace, JJ.
Al, please take us back in the ring.
All right, Amelia, the fighting with a heavy heart is Cam Barros, and that's something that all too real in the world.
That's for sure. Now, in this one, Joy Pendel, who is new to boxing, she's an MMA artist and taking on somebody that knows all about boxing, Susana Rodriguez Griffin, who's not only a boxer who got started late, but also promotes some fights.
Yeah, so Joy Pendel comes in here. Killjoy is her nickname, and she is a jiu-jitsu specialist, more. She said she's improved her striking. But she's done a lot of fighting on the ground.
I mean, that's a talk pizza.
One of her last fights, a first-round
submission.
But, I mean,
if he has to do that to, to remain
healthy
healthy and then keep him active for other, major tournaments that come along, I'm all for it.
Into a boxing style and not taking that arm and twisting it.
Yeah, and you know what she has shown very effectively in this round is the jab. She's big, tall, lean fighter, and she has used that jab at distance and to work her way in. We'll see if that was enough against the very busy Susana Rodriguez Griffin.
Who also owns her own gym and, as you mentioned, is a promoter.
And we'll see an example of that jab for Pendel. Well, she kind of made it into a hook there too, but and it led to the straight right hand, and there's the jab sneaking
she
in.
was.
She uses it, she used it to set things up and also as a weapon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 11 by way of split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Susana Rodriguez Griffin.
How she won?
So Pendel took it all the way to a split.
Round 12.
How she won? She was getting tagged up.
Judah Israel. For Nashville, Jasir Riley.
Nah, I think Phoenix should have won that one.
Riley, 2-0 from Cleveland, beat Javon Davis in this league. Morgan Griggy, some pretty good names that he's had victories over. Going against Judah Israel.
Well, right now, you're on the Phoenix bench, and you're watching all these close split
Yo, thank you for the follow.
Not go your way. As you pointed out earlier, you got to try and find a way to do something.
Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight?
Change that, other than changing the judges.
Yes. Well, and you can't, you have no say over that tonight. No. But what you can try to do is you have to take them out of play with a knockdown, or just enhance your aggressiveness, because that's a large number of splits that have gone all for Nashville.
And if you're Nashville right now,
Big Chiller, man, what's going on?
Riley in there to try and keep your momentum going. He won twice in his debut this season, and Judah Israel lost to Kino Luna this year, so Riley probably went into this fight a slight favorite.
Yeah, and that was a match when they're tossing it up and looking at it. The last one to say, okay, that's probably going to be a Nashville win, so they got it, but it was tight. It was tight. Now this is one they can't afford to lose, because they would look at this, and as you suggest, that Riley is the favorite. They're going to start playing a lot of that kind of like scoreboard watching almost.
Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway?
This is so close.
Yeah, which is not to say Israel doesn't have a good chance to do well in this match, but he's going to have to produce.
Taco Show, how you feeling tonight, man?
Well. Riley, who is 4-0 as a pro outside of TBL, he's 2-0 in TBL with those 2 wins that he created. He's got a really good left hook, but we haven't seen that yet so much in this fight.
Israel trying to put some pressure on, and would love to match the offense with the pressure.
Why you feel bad? Why you feel bad for Damian Priest?
The left hook gets in by Riley. Will Nashville get its biggest lead of the night?
It is what it is.
Will Phoenix knot it up again? Been a good outing for Riley. Let's see what the judges say. And this is going to mark the halfway point of the entire match.
But you got to understand.
These two men took a little while to
the fact that he's able to go right back to a tag team and he's still being consistently used.
Israel, but
that's a win.
We'll see if there were enough of those.
TBL fans, the winner of round 12 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Yasir Riley.
All right, so Yasir Riley produces, and Nashville has its biggest lead of the night at 7-5. We still have a long way to go. We'll be right back with the second half of the fight.
We'll be fine with that.
Tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fighters deal with clean carbs and real ingredients, and now you can too. Grab the new Gilda snacks and get 35% off right now with code team at balanceofnature.com. And Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. Round 13 is on the way.
How you feel? No Oilers versus Kings this year, man. Finally.
7-5 Nashville. 12 matches to go. Let's go back inside and get to it.
Round 13 will be at super welterweight. For the Phoenix Fury, it is Arian Aragon Ramirez. Meeting from Nashville, Hadrian Phillips.
Oh, they fighting again? All right. They fighting again. Hey, you saw what happened the first fight. Somebody might get knocked out, bro. Somebody might get knocked out.
Phillips and Ramirez, Dave Bontempo, along with Al Bernstein. And joining us right now is Amelia Moore.
Good evening, good evening.
Now, what are you
just a
looking
little bit
for?
of pace in the ring tonight.
Yeah, what are you looking for in this one, Amelia?
Well, right now it seems like they're just feeling each other out right now. They're going to have to up the tempo. I mean, it's a one-round fight, right? So being able to close that distance.
They were very, very aggressive in that first meeting they had.
Absolutely, and it seems like that respect seems to be filtering into this round. Using much better long punches, trying to clear and cover that distance.
That was a victory for Ramirez over Phillips back in round number 6.
Somebody gotta die.
Amelia, I know it varies fighter to fighter. Big shots come in, but what do you think is a good rest time when you know you're fighting twice?
I mean, as of right now, that it's not really about the rest time, I would think, is so much as do you cool down? And I think that's the danger, is knowing how do you
there you go. Get a little aggressive.
Calm down and then rev the engine again so that you're prepared to keep that high tempo.
It was the big right hands for
Aragon
Ramirez that Arian that made the difference in that first meeting between the two. And he's trying to look for that. Phillips being much more aggressive though than he was early in the other round, they thought.
Yeah, coming in with some of his good right hands here.
Oh,
just went for it, just missed.
Damn. If he would have hit that, that probably would have laid him out.
Aragon is so quick with his right hand. It gives Phillips some problems, and it's hard for him to stay away from that punch. But
I'm going to tell you something. This is a reason why, like, you should not, there are some cases where you should not have locks, right? Because if you're a boxer and a dude just wreck your junk, bro, and all people just seeing is your hair. Just,
they found their momentum.
Just somebody else.
Slow to get started.
Like, defend yourself.
Here.
There's that right hand from Aragon as he gets that in, and that's. But Phillips always answers, you know. He always answers or tries to answer.
Yeah, those two nice jabs
16
by
seconds.
Phillips and a right hand. And A lot of the scoring in this particular match is going to come down to there are a few shots that look good coming off and just missed. They're going to interpret those just misses a lot in this.
And we talk about the right hand of Aragon, but at the end,
does your KFC have supercharger sauce?
To land a couple of really nice right hands, and yes, he's stuck.
I think we got comeback sauce. I don't know if we got supercharger sauce.
It could have been a 10, but we weren't ready for it.
No.
Has to tell us.
I believe the Russian judge is going to give him a lesser score. That's Phillips being very aggressive, and here was Phillips again in part of the sequence of that last round. The Aragon right hands were good. They weren't as plentiful as they were the first time these two met.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
13 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville.
Wow.
Phillips.
Nashville running with it now.
So Nashville.
Round 14 at light heavyweight
Has its biggest
for
lead,
the
8-5.
Phoenix Fury. It is the most valuable fighter from TBL Season 3,
Rico Santana.
Meaning from Nashville,
He's a problem.
Langston.
Santana's a problem.
Of course, the TBL loves the Rico Santana story after his being voted the most valuable fighter. He went on the pay-per-view card and scored a one-down knockout over Steven Nelson and attributed his TBL training for the fast start in that one.
And if you wanted to have somebody in there to try and slow down the 4-round win streak of Nashville, it would be Santana, who's 18-2 in TBL, and he just doesn't lose very often here.
No, he started this year with 2 wins over Steven Sumter. You love to have somebody that you can almost call Mr. Automatic. And it's as a
no, he's not.
Personality that goes into it. You have to have the mindset of ending the momentum of your opponents in a team sport. And he's coming out with that.
He is trying to break he's trying to break that man's guard so bad.
William Langston, the kid.
Yeah, you're in
6-1 as a pro, 7-9
Fight back
in TBL.
He's a solid fighter, Langston, but he's been overwhelmed so far with the pressure of Santana, and that's what Santana does, right?
Yeah. He came out in this fight like he was late for something.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a little bubble over his head that said, no split decisions here.
No, we cannot. And you know, I have to stop this momentum. You cannot let this team pull away. If there are no knockouts, that 3-point lead starts to look pretty big once the money rounds come.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not seeing, we've only seen a couple of fighters stunned. I thought Phillips was stunned in that first match against Aragon, but we haven't seen too much of a fighter being close to going
good jab with the right.
Now Langston trying to get something going offensively here and pushing Santana back, but it's not really landing super effectively.
And then the veteran Santana
ties
up and then tries to get just a little distance and then punch off the break without really punching off the break.
You know, Langston, a TBL vet, 16 team boxing league fights, 7-9, so he understands his format.
I don't think
Trick
got to win, bro.
At some point in it.
33 seconds left.
They never faced each other since they're both veterans of the TBL.
One of those quirks they look by those. Did that really happen? We avoided each other.
Yeah.
And then some guys you fight 6 times in a couple of months.
You know, Langston's had a better last 45 seconds of this round. He's actually landed some pretty good shots, like some good right hands against Santana. He turned things around a little bit. I don't know if it's enough for him to win this round, but he has done better. Oh my,
Until that is right, because he was coming on, and fortunately, if you're Nashville, the time ran out because he was wobbled by that. There was opportunity for Santana.
Here was the pressure from Rico Santana, who got early on, and you see Langston trying to counter off those ropes and do so a little bit, but it was the pressure of Santana that was just omnipresent in that round. But that's the ending part of the round where Langston
Ladies
really
and gentlemen, the
some
winner
good
of
shots.
round 14 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Rocco Santana.
All right, 8-6. Two more matches left in the
keeps it manageable
in the middle round.
Phoenix as another one of their big fighters steps
Round
up now.
15 of the middle rounds at cruiserweight for Phoenix. It is Charles CP the champion meeting D'Angelo Leachman from Nashville.
Well, one guy who has been very dependable against somebody who's becoming known to be dependable.
Yes. This is a match we really looked forward to. Both these men 2-0 this season already. You know, Pugh and Leachman, between them, have one loss in the TBL.
Let's take a closer look at Charles Pugh, a college football player, two-time national champion as well. Voted the TBL most resilient fighter. Quite an award to get last year. He provided a huge winning streak for his Phoenix teammates all throughout the season. Eight to 6, Nashville. Close overall match and a good match here.
Leachman might have surprised some people by beating, and I stand corrected. There are two losses between them because Leachman has one as well. And I don't know if everybody thought he was going to beat Dominic Smith twice earlier this season in his season debut, but he did that. And of course, Pugh with the 2 wins over Marquise Williams, so he's used to winning with that 22-1 record.
And also used to being counted on in the money rounds. And we'll see him kind of like, you know, kind of a captain and a leader on this team.
And one of those wins last time helped turn things around for Phoenix, so that now Villalobos could then build on that with a 4-point knockout win.
He keeps tagging you over here complaining to the refs.
Yeah, it took everybody.
Yeah, talk to you with that softball.
To get victories.
Those jabs not getting in.
Toward
this man got a masterclass on weak and right.
Had the big one. That looked like Boston's fight all night.
Yeah, and here he is in the same position, Pugh, because he would narrow this to a 1-point difference if he can win this round. And it's been a pretty close round. But all the close ones so far have gone to Nashville.
And if you're on the opposing sidelines, you're thinking, well, we can't let it be close.
Overhand right by Pugh is such a good weapon by him, and it sneaks one in there.
Pugh trying to stay active here.
Yeah, Pugh, a 38-year-old who's made the TBL something special for him, and he's trying to bring his team back.
Charles Pugh, CP the champ.
Leachman's had good moments in this round, so it's not going to be the easiest one to judge either. But which one has tonight? Very few.
Yeah, yep.
And here we go back and we see Leachman trying to counter off the ropes and Pugh getting that left hand in.
Right.
It was Pugh coming forward for the most part, though Leachman did practice offense with some counter punching and sometimes being the aggressor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 15 by split decision.
She's been out for a while, but the thing about
from Nashville,
Leachman. The thing about it is that the injury she suffered, the finger injury,
split decision.
Like when you have like pretty much like the ligaments,
Dante Stone. He'll meet from Nashville.
like affected. and like your skin is wide open,
based on the loss of math,
and you gotta pretty much get feeling and
maybe it's round 24
function back in your fingers.
You win that one.
That's gonna be a long time.
Right, so here we go.
It's more so a mental challenge instead of along with the physical.
Rounds.
I think she comes back. If she doesn't come back at Mania, she comes back after Raw after Mania, and she goes at then she probably goes at Jade.
Well, Dante Stone turned around some of the advantage that Nashville had before. And he's trying to do the same thing, but against a different opponent here in Stephen Moss.
Stephen Moss 0-2 in the TBL.
Woo!
Holyoke, Massachusetts.
That was good. Yo, that was a good hook.
Still an airtight match. Nashville.
Dante's swing is kind of late, bro.
Of the night.
It's like it's slow.
This is a very important
like it's super wide too.
For Phoenix, if it's 4 going into the money rounds, and you don't have the knockout power, it's a tough task.
And very seldom do you see 2 lefties among heavyweights in the ring. There aren't as many lefties in the heavyweight division, but here we have that. Stone was able to really control the action in his opening fight against Terrell Jamal Woods, but here against Moss, it's been a little bit more difficult for him. There's the jab, and he overhand.
Yo, why he clock goes on the head like that?
Dante Stone. Moss has done his fair share of offensive work, but now Stone becoming much more accurate with his punches.
I was saying Stone, bro.
There have been momentum shifts in this round.
Oh, you should have went to the mouth.
Stone trying to get home with the jab.
So Stone got his first TBO win with that win earlier tonight. He's trying to follow up on it.
Yeah, there's nothing like coming away from this with a double.
27 seconds.
The way your confidence soars after that type of a performance. So it's out there. 20 seconds to go. Who will get this point?
13 seconds. Oh.
A springboard to the money rounds.
Well, that last left hand by Dante Stone knocked the mouthpiece out of Stephen Moss.
Yeah, that means that they're doing a good job selling the match.
Extra points, but it demonstrates it was a pretty good left hand. And Moss with his own left earlier in the round, but here we're going to see the sequence where that left hand knocks the mouthpiece of Moss out. That was right at the end of the round, and maybe punctuated it in a way that could give Stone the round. We'll see.
Wow.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of our final medal round by split decision. Out of the blue corner from the Phoenix Fury, Dante Stone.
There you go. They
At
get
the
that.
end of the medal rounds, it is Nashville 9, Phoenix 7.
Right
the money
back
rounds
in
are
control.
on the way.
And right back in this match. Well, Deontay Wilder
Nashville up
gave
by
America's
2.
first heavyweight champion in many years.
Going into
ago,
the money
and
round.
he's
This is going to be
standing
good.
by with our Amelia Moore.
I am ringside here and joined by the
Oh!
one and only bronze bomber, former Olympian, world title contender, coming off of, 5-year holding world title champion. Excuse my speech, I have to correct myself. Coming off fresh off a win of Derek Chisora. So happy to have you here ringside with us. So I have to ask, this is your first time being ringside with Team Boxing League. What are your initial reactions to this format?
I tell you, I'm having a very wonderful time here. You know, the crowd is electrifying. The fighters are matching the energy of the crowd, and it seemed like once I came in, it's like everybody, even both sides of the field, is like, damn, Deontay Wilder, we finna turn up for sure. Because I'm here to support one of my sparring partners that helped me out for the Derek Chisora fight, and that was Jamal Woods. And I gave him my word. He didn't know if I would come or not. But those that know me know that if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You know, and I showed up. He was surprised, but he knew he was coming though. But when I got here, and you know, everybody's just been amazing. All the guys been fighting their hearts out.
Yeah, I just saw he went live.
When you get inside the square ring, is to fight your heart out, give it all you got, and may the best man win.
I mean, truer words have not been said. It's incredible how the athletes, they feed off of each other too, and it's just the crowd, each other. I mean, they're really fighting for more than just themselves in their corner. So with that being said, boxing, has been a lot of conversation around TBL, trying to create more opportunity for boxing. Boxing can be very inconsistent. So TBL coming in, being able to bring more exposure, more opportunity and consistency in between fights, and also creating that secondary revenue stream. You've seen it all in boxing. I mean, literally you've seen it all. So do you feel like it's important in today's landscape of boxing?
I definitely do. You know, with the TBL and the program that's been going on, as I can see, especially with the co-op and different things like that, you keep hungry fighters active, you keep them in shape, and you keep some money in their pockets. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know, you just never know what fighter, you know, need this big break, and that big day come for them where they become a world champion for someone, and so forth and so on. I think this is very important, and I like the structure of what's going on here. You know, just like I said, keeping some of these guys' hope still alive, because sometimes it just take a little hope, a little belief, a little faith in me that I still got it. I just need a platform. I need somewhere where I can make a little money, where I can support myself and my family, still do what I love to do. Because in life, it's all about what we love to do. Sometimes work is not work if you love doing it. And this is what these guys love to do. I'm an advocate of it as well. I love to do what I love to do. And when you can find a system or a way of doing something that you love to do, then bring it on. Let's get it. And I love the structure of what's going on, you know. And what's different in this is not an individual business. It's a team, as I call boxing a business. Many may say sports because I know more. I know better than that. You know what I mean? But as you see, they're a team. They can depend on each other. Like I said, they can feed off of each other. Let's go, you know what I mean? And certain guys like Jamal have been with world champions like me, so he come back and he can boost them up and show certain things. It's a beautiful landscape of thing. I really do believe it, and I see it. And like I said, it's just a little faith, a little hope that some of these guys need to get back on the big stages if they have it, to get to the big stage and be able to become a champion and still having the faith and the belief. I mean, I can even see myself having a bomb squad gorillas or something like that. You know what I mean?
I think that's the hope in the future. Is like, my gosh, it would be amazing to have an athlete like yourself to be able to start another team. But thank you so much for your words. I'm so happy you're here. And let's get us back in the ring.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Dave, take us back in the gym.
People keep asking us, where can we see TBL? Well, there are quite a few places where we have been seen. Watch our home network, Envoy TV, for all TBL matches live on Envoy Fast. Plus, the full season of Encores are on Envoy Fast and Envoy TV every day. Get the Envoy app in the Apple and Android stores or watch on the Local Now app. Envoy TV is available to subscribers of Spectrum and Friendly TV. Connected TV users with Samsung, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, and LG devices can download the TBL app and watch both
I'll be right back.
and play previous matches on demand. TBL is also seen on YouTube, the TBL app, and in Spanish on the Estrella Network. Tell your friends.
That's fine.
It's a barn burner. Who wants it more between Phoenix and Nashville? Right now, Nashville on top, 9-7. Hi, everybody. Dave Bontempo with Al Bernstein. Deontay Wilder was right. We love to do what we love to do, and that is this. We have quite a thing going here, and now we've got the round to watch for the money round.
Yeah, let's take a look at round number 21. A rematch from earlier this evening. Kiel Walden beating Joaquin Camberas. It was a close match and a firefight. We'll see which man comes out on top this time.
All right, it's money time. Let's go back inside and bring this one home.
Nashville, it is time to begin the money rounds. First up from the Phoenix Fury at light heavyweight, it is Raico Santana. He'll meet from the Nashville Smash, William Langston.
So two guys we know have some power capability. Will we see anything like that come out here, or will we have another decision?
And will William Langston be able to build on the momentum he had right at the end of their first meeting, where he landed some big power punches I honestly think got Santana's attention? We'll see.
Well, would you like to know a little bit more about Raico Santana?
I would.
There you go. 15-2, 11 KOs. Most valuable fighter in the league last year, in a league with a lot of fighters, and he has proven his worth since then and used all of that as a springboard into his boxing career. So this is really good. 9-7, money rounds. All the fights tonight have been competitive and fast-paced.
Yes. And you see Santana always busy on the inside when he has an opportunity to punch. And he works both the body and the head. And that hand speed of his is very, very good. This is about the time in the round where Langston started to get a little more offensive, and he's doing it again.
Couple shots get home there by Langston. Santana, pivotal match here. Team down by 2. Trying to avoid them going down more. Maybe even looking for something with the bonus.
You don't see Santana fight off the ropes much, but he's doing that a little bit in this round. Whether it's by design or just being pushed there, hard to tell.
It looks like he's trying to make it look like it was his choice. But if you want to sell that to the judges, you have to get active off of that.
Yeah.
Counter punch.
Santana, it was very offensive for the first 2 minutes of this round, or first minute and a half for sure. Got a little less volume, although Langston hasn't been that busy.
Now, there is one thing about the stamina and punch output. Is oftentimes there is a drop in the final minute of the second fight.
That would make perfect sense. And Langston has been more measured in his offense for the most part, which he was in the beginning of their first meeting.
So final arguments, and then they will go to the judge.
Well, Langston thinks he did enough to win that. We'll see.
Phoenix did get the last split decision. Thinking that things can go their way a little bit in that department after Nashville had a string of them.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 17 by split decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Rico Santana.
That's 2 in a row for Phoenix on the split, and a very big one for Rico Santana, making it 9-8.
Round 18 at super middleweight for the Phoenix Fury. It is Sebastian Salomon Duran meeting from the Nashville Smash, Juan Barajas.
This was a good fight earlier, too.
Won their first matchup back in round number 7.
And that was a split decision. Very close fight between these two. Both men in that first round landed a lot of right hands.
And that's the first time that Phoenix they gave up the lead, and Nashville's first lead of the night came then. And we have been back and forth. Nobody opening up a big lead, so every fight crucial and valuable. And if you're new to TBL, the coaches make all the decisions about the money rounds beforehand. I pick some, you pick some. A lot of strategy, where you want to put your fighters, how far down. And we've seen that come up very important in some of the previous matches this year.
Juan Barajas being very, very aggressive in this one, as is his opponent.
They are going at it, bro.
Come right at each other, mirror image styles, and they jab and throw a right hand. Good hook trade by both as well.
Barajas using his height and reach, I think, kind of effectively. Even though he's coming forward, it's still benefiting him.
Good double jab and a right hand by Barajas.
Oh, he got a big chin.
Both men landed the right a lot, and they're both trying it a lot, but Barajas has mostly gotten there. But now Duran kind of switches his tactics to use the left hook more.
Duran also able to sneak in a jab, move, and time the missed right hand with an uppercut.
There's no question Barajas has been busier in this fight. The question is whether the judges decide it is effective or not.
Good moments at the end of this round by Duran.
He high.
Well, I think Barajas feels he won the fight based on the volume. Big uppercut on the inside by him, and
but Duran was getting some punches
he was
in too.
just busier, and there's an example of, if you're that busy, you're going to land some, and he did. And then they had good exchanges, though. Duran had moments.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 18 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from the Nashville Smash, Juan Barajas.
So Barajas keeps Nashville in front, 10-8.
Round 19 will be in the cruiserweight division.
One of his big guns
for
up.
the Phoenix Fury, it is Charles Pugh. Meeting from Nashville, D'Angelo Leachman.
So Pugh lost this one earlier. Let's see if he can redeem himself.
Rematch of an earlier fight. Leachman got the nod over Pugh.
Yeah, and that was an interesting one because very, very close. And Leachman wasn't as active as Pugh, but the judges decided his punches were a little bit more effective.
Let's take a little closer look at D'Angelo Leachman, some of the stats on him, and what he has brought to this league. Champion in previous elements of boxing. Now finds himself in a clutch situation here.
Yeah, very good Golden Glove as an amateur boxing fighter. And, also a good pro, undefeated as a pro outside of the TBL. This has been a more tactical round for Pugh than the first one was. And oh my, wow. Right hands like that one from Leachman are enough to steal a round when it's, you know, not being fought at a high pace.
And take away your tactical idea. Maybe I'll be more measured in this one, and maybe I'll try to be a little bit more deliberate, but he got jolted there by that right hand from Leachman.
And you would expect more volume from Pugh, which, you know, we did see in the, even though he didn't win that first decision, and that's the way Pugh fights.
I think some fighters would benefit from a longer downtime between. So some fighters, if you're early in the launch rounds and then you come into the money rounds, you might have more than an hour. You know, Amelia talked about cooling down. Some fighters may prefer to take the rest period and study.
Both these fighters in their 30s, Pugh 38 and Leachman 34.
But they're fighting in round 15 and then round 19, so that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, very much so. A lot fewer good punches landed in this round than their initial match earlier this evening. Some have gotten through, but it's been a little more messy. But some good right hands by Pugh in the last 20 seconds.
So these guys fighting on fumes as they complete their second round in a short period of time with so much on the line.
Well, Leachman hasn't lost this season in TBL yet. He's 3-0, and he's smiling. He might feel like he's got another one. He had 2 wins in his season debut for his team, and he'd like to repeat that.
TBL fans, the winner of round 19 by unanimous decision from the Nashville Smash, red corner, D'Angelo Leachman.
And he got that one again with the nice leap. So 2 wins over Dominic Smith and 2 over Charles Pugh. That's an excellent way to start your TBL season.
Round 20 at super lightweight for the Phoenix Fury, Joy Pendel, matching up against Susana Rodriguez Griffin.
And this was a good one the first time.
One of the many split decisions in that first in the launch rounds that all, just about all, went to, in fact, all the splits in that launch rounds did go to the smash. And this one was one of them they could have seen going
Nashville like they're about to take it away.
Pendel. She used her jab and her right reach pretty effectively. But there were good offensive moments also.
If Phoenix can get a knockout, a knockout,
this is an important part.
That's 4 points, and then they back in the lead.
Strategically, with Nashville up by 3 with 5 rounds to go. If Nashville were to come away from this, then it's 4 with 4 to go, and it's just no room for error for Phoenix. But Phoenix can come away from this. We're back down 2 and much more manageable down the stretch for the final 4.
Griffin, an aggressive fighter, likes to come forward. She's doing that. Pendel, who, as we pointed out, not a lot of boxing experience, much more MMA, but showed, I thought, technique in the first match that belied the fact that she's mostly been involved in, not just that she's in MMA, she's not even thought of primarily as a striker in MMA.
No, and when she talked about improved striking, that was within there. But, you know, she takes on this discipline and has moved up pretty well. Let's take a look at how the scoring is conducted. You get 1 point for decision, and it's all been that tonight. If we see a knockdown, that's 2 points. 2 knockdowns would be 3 and 4 for a knockout. So the gets late for Phoenix, and the necessity for power if they can't come away with this one. This is important to keep it within 2 for them. Nashville is enjoying its biggest lead.
Now, Pendel has been coming forward the last minute of this round, and normally it's Griffin who tries to do that, but it looks to me like Pendel might have a little more in the tank right now than Griffin. We'll see. Griffin, the 41-year-old, who started boxing very late at age 39. Takes a right hand. There's the overhand right by Griffin that got there, and she's landed that punch from time to time.
Oh! There's a lot of pawing punches now in the second round between those two. So you're just trying to get something in that the judges notice. It could be a tap, it could be anything that makes sure it touches something.
Another close round between these two.
Overall, I would say that Pendel has been the ring general.
I agree, but I kind of thought that in the first fight.
If Pendel loses this one, I'm gonna be kind of upset.
What we've did a nice
Griffin definitely was
saw the jab a lot in the first fight,
moving up a lot more
well.
near the end of that fight.
Right that you saw there by Griffin is a weapon she's used, and some left hooks. There's the right hand again. So, you know, it's what you like as a judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 20 by way of unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from the Nashville Smash, Susana Rodriguez-Griffin.
Again, bro?
All right, so it's getting late now for Phoenix as Nashville comes up with another decision, enjoys its biggest lead of the night at 12-8. 4 rounds to go. What answer will Phoenix have? We'll find out when we come back.
Download the T-Boxing League app available on Apple TV 4K, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhone and Android devices. Don't miss a second of TBL T-Boxing League action. Also, Climax Moonshot Fire number 32. The Bring the Heat. If you're watching these athletes in the ring, ask yourself, how you can supplement my app, Balance of Nature is offering 35% off tonight only with the code team at balanceofnature.com. And by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery.
Last time you weren't fighting this.
4 rounds to go. Can Nashville close this out? Let's find out and go back to ringside.
We continue with the money rounds. Round 21 at welterweight. For Phoenix, it is Joaquin Camberos. For Nashville, Kyle Walden.
Walden captured this one. First time out way back in round 5.
And this one was very close, like so much of what we've seen tonight. And in that one, Walden was very aggressive early, and then Camberos came back with some nice right hands, the kind of which we saw create a knockdown for him the last time we saw him in his season debut, when he scored a knockdown over Yorman Guerrero. We'll see if we can get more of those right hands in.
Here are the stakes with Nashville up by 4. Phoenix must sweep the card without a power display to get a tie and force overtime. We mentioned that scoring graphic before. There are bonus points if you score knockdowns. I'm curious as to which of the Phoenix fighters is going to venture outside his comfort zone and change things to gamble.
Yeah, Camberos, you know, landed some really good right hands against Walden, and of course we pointed out he had a knockdown in his last time out in TBL, but Walden took those pretty well, and Walden is not the kind of boxer you think of as being susceptible to that power, but we'll see. And right now Walden's boxing very effectively.
Circling, jabbing, light on his feet, good balance.
Camberos really is looking for that right hand. That's his big power punch. He's just trying to do everything he can to see if he can uncoil one of those.
He's trying to uncoil it against a moving target, who's not moving right into it.
Yeah, good point. And Walden, who had, you know, we mentioned he's an amateur champ. He switches righty, which we pointed out in the other fight that they had that he will do sometimes. He's a very well-schooled boxer.
The action has been highly skilled all night.
What a beautiful right hand downstairs by Camberos, but it didn't really halt Walden.
Tried it again, got there a 3rd time with that right hand. And it's something how you get sudden opportunity right in the middle of this action.
Camberos left hook gets into the play, which we haven't seen that much of. And he does get his right hand. And so the last 30 or 40 seconds of this round has been better for Camberos. Was it enough to get him this round, though? And here we see some of the good action from the last round. That was that uncharacteristic left hook by Camberos. It was a good one. Usually he's a right-hand artist, but there's the combination punching of Walden and some of that ring generalship from him that led him to be an amateur champion.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 21 by way of unanimous decision.
Red corner.
Out of the red corner from Nashville, Kaeo Walden.
13-8.
All right, so a double for Walden puts Nashville up by 5. And barring
round 22 at featherweight. For Phoenix, it is Daniel Bailey. Meeting from Nashville, Josh Johnson.
But barring a knockdown, Phoenix is eliminated, so they have to get that knockdown bonus. They're in the must power zone now.
You know, in these money rounds, we are not seeing for Phoenix either Aragon or Quintera, who could have been Kevin Quintera. They could have been difference makers, I think, for Phoenix in the money rounds here, and they're not part of the mix.
Well, and the coaches have to draw this up ahead of time, days ahead of time, and think, where will we be after 16 rounds? That's probably one of the more unique challenges to try to project where you'll be.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to be ahead, you may put boxers in there. If you think that it's going to be up in the air, you're behind. You put your power people in there.
Yep. Well, this one, obviously, I mean, they're all must win. And then, as you point out, there has to be an extra point somewhere in there or a knockout for Phoenix to come back. But
what did we say about
Wow.
Say knockdown, not from Phoenix.
Wow.
But it is from Nashville. We have our first bombs away power shot. And a lot to
Phoenix
go,
is done.
A lot of time still to go. So it continues to be.
I knew this was the fight that was going to be a knock. Ooh. I knew this was going to be the fight that was a knockdown that was going to happen.
Johnson delivers the goods.
Now you got to fight. He is tagging you.
More, it's not a team thing anymore. He knows he can coast it. Something else is happening in there.
And he would like to add more points with a stoppage. And he's chasing Bailey around this ring and landing some very good shots.
And regardless of what the score is at any time, anywhere, a fighter smells blood and smells opportunity, and he just pins the ear back and go.
He's pulling them down.
That's the slip, of course, as Johnson is coming on strong. And notice how he gets right on top.
Big overhand right.
Oh!
And this could be it. This could be the 4. It is. No need to count. He was on top.
Why you looking at him like you dumb, bro? You just got wrecked.
To get in and score.
Done.
The bomb on Bailey, and he did.
Bro.
Well, for
he
Johnson,
hit you. You had a
disappointed to
slow
lose a decision the first time they fought. He took matters in his own hands.
Oh, that uppercut.
That's the left hook that sent Bailey down the first time, and it would be the right hand that hurt him here. And then the left hook finished the action for
Lean them out of here now, brother. Brother. You better thank that ref. He saved your life, bro. He saved your life.
For sure, put away this match.
Of round 22 by way of TKO. 4 points going to Nashville's Josh Johnson.
Game.
Nashville pulling away now late because of that knockout by Johnson. We were thinking there were 3 matches to go. We had not seen a knockdown. Were we going to go? Were we going to get blanked?
Round 23, our penultimate money round. At welterweight for Phoenix, Judah Yisrael, matching up against Nashville's Yasir Riley.
Yeah, I mean, like, Phoenix cannot do anything now. Phoenix can get 2 knockdowns, and they are done. They still can't win. It's a game.
Boy, that changed the drama immediately.
Now here's Nashville in another good spot with Riley, who won the last time against Israel, stepping in the ring again. So we'll see how this one goes. But remember way back at the beginning when we were talking about the fact that Nashville lost 27-12 to Atlanta, and they were just trying to get something tonight they could build on? I guess they achieved that, huh?
They built a lot tonight. And it started out early, Phoenix, and then Nashville hanging with them. Nashville inching its way out front, Phoenix coming back, and still very much up for grabs until that knockout, and that's the one that they needed. Something to put you over the top. And congratulations to this team for losing by so much and then coming back and winning the very next time.
And some of the way they've dominated, especially with the the knockout, maybe puts to rest a little bit of the controversy over all the split decisions that went their way, but still very, very close match fights, rounds leading up to most of this finish. So it's been a fun night of boxing, that's for sure.
Really, and a highly skilled night of boxing. And with everybody going right at. everyone else. Up and down, it's hard to remember cards. Well, maybe Philly and Vegas. That's where you look. Not 1 second of wasted time in the entire.
I agree. And most of these matches have been really razor thin, so it's been very well competitively fought. Now, in this round, Israel's done a little better than he did, I thought, in the first round against Riley, but Riley landing some good right hands during the course of this round, and there we threw one in. Israel's landed his share of right hands as well.
And then you score a knockout, probably going to energize the fighter behind you as well. As the eruption of joy in that Nashville bench.
20 seconds.
If the Johnson did something very rare, lost a decision and then stopped the same opponent.
Yeah. Nice body work there by Riley as he tries to stem what hasn't been a bad round for his opponent.
All right, so they'll go to the judges now. It has been a
it's probably going to go
bountiful
to
harvest in the
Nashville.
money rounds for.
And then Nashville's going to, I mean, Nashville's already clinched it, but this will just truly solidify it all.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of our penultimate money round, out of the red corner by unanimous decision, Yasir Riley. Our final money round.
Game's already over. Nashville's already clinched.
Tierra Brandt and Brooke Evans getting ready to go. Interesting choices here by the coaching staff. It did not come into play here, but often you see number 24 is someone you think you go to when you think you have to get a knockout.
Yeah, and that it probably wouldn't be the case for either
Our
fighter.
final money round will feature from the Phoenix Fury, Tierra Brandt. From Nashville, Brooke Evans.
Brandt won their first matchup. That was back in round 9.
And in it, Brandt, the 24-year-old facing the 38-year-old Evans, just looked quicker and more energy-filled, even though Evans had some good moments. And Evans, of course, among other things, a bare knuckles fighter, and so she's a tough cookie, and a 38-year-old that, as we pointed out, turned her life around and got into boxing late and has been good at the sport.
Yeah, there's a can-do attitude about everything that she's done. And she's in with a fighter who came in and started to make her mark, but halfway through last year.
And Tierra Brandt, I think, is a boxer that's coming into her own in the TBL. You know, she's 7-7 now with that win, and I just think this season is going to be a little bit of a breakout season for her. She's coming into this, she's 2-0 this season, and we'll see how she does here in this final bout with Evans. Even though the team score is not at stake, obviously, both these boxers want to win this round.
Well, and also build on it for the future.
Yep. Evans landing some nice counter punches as Grant continues to come forward. That we saw that in the first round that they fought against each other.
Whoa.
The overhand right of Evans has been kind of a factor, and the straight right of Grant has been the punch du jour for her.
And the women opened our card tonight. They will close it. Grant would like to give Phoenix something to take away from here in a money round that has been utterly dominated by Nashville.
You know, this is an intriguing round, really. You know, Brant's done a lot of good offensive work marching forward. Brooke Evans has landed some good power counter punches.
Grant has done
25 seconds left in the last fight.
Distance, so she gets that right hand in there, and then the hook and the uppercut.
Tierra Brant is a relentless fighter. She's not a big power puncher, but she fights like a power puncher. She comes forward, she's busy, she wants to control that ring if possible. And Evans has done some good counter punching, but I don't know if it's been enough.
Oh, that could have put her out.
I wish she had a little more time to work with, but that was one of the best punches she landed.
Brooke Evans, you got to look at her. You know, 38-year-old who just, you said, tough as nails. And boy, she took some power punches by Tierra Brant right at the end of that round. That was a grueling round for both women. Very well fought and a lot of fun. But why not? That's the way the night has been.
That's exactly right. Good competitive fights. Everybody going for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our final money round, by way of unanimous decision, out of the blue corner from the Phoenix Fury, Tierra Brant.
So Tierra Brant will come out of here with a double, and that's a nice highlight for the Phoenix team. Let's take a look at how Nashville dominated the money rounds. Look at all the 1-1-1-1, 4-1-0. Great. It was bookend. The Phoenix won the first and last match of the money rounds, and everything in between was Nashville, including that 4-point bomb. And let's take a look at our balance of nature. Star of the fight could be none other than round number 22. That was our knockout.
Yeah, Johnson, Leandra Johnson, left hook.
That left hook was late.
The first time these two men fought, Johnson lost the round, but boy, he was not going to lose this one. And he just came blasting out with that left hook.
That left hook is deadly.
Well, I can tell you, it was very impressive what they have done tonight. First of all, that's one of the best money rounds performances I've ever seen Nashville accomplish. And, you know, talk about them building on something tonight. Boy, they super achieved.
You know, the irony is that in a match that was very, very close and continued to be close in a lot of the fights, even in the money rounds, there was a big gap for Nashville. So it was kind of ironic in a way, but you give them a lot of credit and Phoenix a lot of credit for performing well.
Yeah, this is a coming-of-age type of a victory this season for Nashville, as this is a team that had lost its first match and trying to get back to some of the good things that it had done last year. This was a hot team in the beginning part of last year, and they found it back here. And it's just contagious how it started with a couple of those close decisions in the launch rounds, and then it became a snowball for this team.
And the irony as well is Isaiah Elrod, who had won twice for Nashville in their first season opener against Atlanta, he wasn't available to them tonight. And when we looked at that, we thought, oh, this could be a big problem for Nashville. It was not a problem.
All right, so Nashville comes away with it. Let's go inside and see the honor roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score of tonight's matchup, the Nashville Smash 18, the Phoenix Fury 9. Let's take a look at our 3 stars of the fight. Your third star of the fight, Phoenix Fury featherweight Tierra
Yeah, she was nice.
Your second star of the fight, hard-hitting Nashville featherweight, Josh Johnson. And your balance of nature first star of the night, Nashville Smash super middleweight, Juan Barajas. And our round of the night, it is round number 14 between Laiko Santana and William Langston.
Coach Sonny, tonight, the rounds were so close. I mean, it was neck and neck all the way up into the rounds, and then
we're gonna call it here.
A big separation that happened.
We will be back live tomorrow. We got some more Team Boxing League action. It's the Battle of Texas between Dallas and Houston. I know that a lot of y'all probably gonna be watching WrestleMania. But like I said, probably have some Team Boxing League Saturday and Sunday. So if y'all want to watch that, come through and watch it.
And Phoenix is always so strong. And look forward to seeing
if anything changes, I'll let y'all know. Thank you. And we're gonna send it over to homie Big Willie Isms.
What a night for
He's
you guys
doing
tonight.
a stream, a sidecast of Joey's Another Spring Break 10.
Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you back at our 3-game homestand coming in May. We appreciate it so much. We hope we put on a great show, and we expect to put on an even a better show when we come back.
So with that being said, you had some predictions earlier this evening going into this, knowing how some of those decisions were going to go.
You know, I knew that my guy, Josh Johnson, he didn't get a chance to fight down in Atlanta and show all the improvements that he's made over the years.
All right, y'all.
And especially over the years.
I hope you all have an amazing night.
Improvements that he's made. And so tonight he got a chance. And I knew he was going to get a chance.
I will see y'all
so proud of him.
tomorrow.
I'm proud of the whole team. I'm proud of Juan. It was just an amazing night.
Excellent performance tonight, and like I said, you have the eye, my friend. Congratulations on a performance that was just for the books.
Appreciate it.
Miss Brandt, we meet again.
Good to see you again.
So from seeing you from last year being your first season, going to tonight, every single fight, it's like your performance experience, your eyes, you already had a high IQ, but you're putting it together.
Yeah, you know, last season was new to me. I was new to the game. I haven't boxed in a long time. So now just working on coming back
Hope y'all have an amazing
improving
night.
every time I step in here.
Without a doubt, we're seeing it. Awesome performance tonight, Sierra.